Anyway, there was a little event over on Peacock over the weekend. Did you see it?
I saw highlights. I did not. You have to remember what was going on Saturday. I would spent Saturday morning in Rome, Georgia, with my youngest daughter, and basketball season's about to kick off, and did a team orientation and Georgia Mountain Day, and had a good time. And then I got in the car and got to drive home by myself, which I loved, and listening to games. I had one on my phone, one on my iPad, and one on the radio, Connie. So I was rolling along. So no, I did not.
Well, the main event, of course, was a tag team affair, but the opening match was a Hell in a Cell match between a guy who used to work at AEW and Drew McIntyre.
Yep, Nashville wrestling, Drew McIntyre.
I think it's one of the very best cage matches I've ever seen.
Saw the comments on it for sure.
The producer was Abyss.
Shut the front door.
So I'm just saying, as we're heaping praise last week on his in-ring, and you made the statement that the way he's transitioned to being a behind-the-scenes producer, executive, whatever you want to call it, a veteran voice for WWE, the result of his work this past weekend is one of the best cage matches anybody's ever seen. It was brutal. It was amazing. I highly recommend it. I know we don't talk about the other company on here a ton, but I just wanted to throw some flowers on Abyss since we just talked about it last week, Jeff.
Well, I'll say this. Your friend and mine gave me the lowdown after I walked in the door, because, Conrad, I walked in the door with about 3 or 4 minutes to go of the Bama game. Codes and Karen were in the house and all that. But after the game was over, I don't know. So I think the UT game, whatever, Cody disappeared for a bit as he came out. He gave me the lowdown. He was very impressed. I'll just say that he was into it. Of course, he talked about the staples. And when that photo came out sometime, I don't know if it was yesterday.
Yeah, it was late Saturday night or early Sunday morning.
Yeah, so he showed me that yesterday. Whew. That's some color, my friend. But yeah, he coached or gave it high praise. I'll have to let him know that his man, he loves Abyss. Abyss has always been good to him. So have you chatted with Cody lately?
I have, actually. He DM'd me talking shit when Alabama lost.
No, I am going to have to speak to that young man. I certainly hope he would never, but it was polite, right? He just, did he say sympathies or condolences or
no?
Hey, get ready for next week. Don't worry about this. It's a 12-team tournament. He said niceties, as we say in the South, right?
I'm paraphrasing, but it was something along the lines of, y'all some frauds, y'all some trash.
Wait, are we talking about Cody Angle, my son?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Karen is a bad influence, man.
Oh, really? This, I feel like, is something he can't even get in trouble for.
We've already talked about football. Let's put this in the review mirror. On to Abyss.
He can hit you with that 80s PSA when you slam open his door and say, Cody, are you texting my podcast partner talking trash about Alabama losing? He could just hit you with the exact same line from that PSA. I learned it from watching you, Dad.
Oh, my God.
Same thing.
Codes. But anyway, kudos. I didn't know that. I'm glad you dropped that little gem on that. So there is one thing our man Joseph Park can do, and that is think through a professional wrestling match and get the good to better and the better to best. He really is talented at that. He damn sure can't play fantasy football, and he pulls for the worst teams. Steelers got beat. Tips Burrow still holding the clipboard. He's probably, who knows, rooted for Bama. Larry will probably shoot him as well. But he can lay out a wrestling match. I'll give him that. Very good. All kidding aside. Very, very good. I'm happy to hear that. I really am.
Go out of your way to see that match, and you'll get a whole new appreciation for what Abyss does behind the scenes. Speaking of behind the scenes, SummerballSummit.com is the place to be. I can't believe this is real. Double J is everywhere, literally everywhere. Monday the 21st through Wednesday the 23rd of this month in West Palm Beach. We're getting everybody together for Summer Ball Summit. You're going to be one of the speakers. Jeff, what aren't you up to these days?
Goodness just having a good old time. We got this week alone is super busy. Tuesday, tonight, YouTube, but no, Summer Ball Summit, part of Shoes Baseball, my partner Jamie Toole. Last year we had this in Springfield, Illinois, had a great turnout, but we all get together because I asked Jamie, oh gosh, this was a year and a half ago as he was kind of prepping and planning and really the concept. I said, Jamie, give me the elevator pitch. And I think I actually said something to the effect, not even the elevator pitch. Give it to me just right up top. He said, hey, we'll all get together and figure out how we can make more money. I said, oh, I'm up for that. So it is a bunch of baseball folks, owners, GMs get together and figure out how to emotionally connect with your community, which will translate into some revenue. But no, we have fun. Lots of, personalities. And, wrestling folks, we're going to talk about a huge personality today in the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Of course, Abyss is a unique personality, but baseball has its own personalities, and there's going to be several guest speakers, but a good old time out there. And if you're into baseball, go to Summer Ball Summit. I think that's right, summerballsummit.com.
That's right.
And come on down if you want to figure out how to make your team promotion better.
Summerballsummit.com is your hookup if you want to go see Double J here in a couple of weeks. He'll be limping in after Alabama whoops that ass the weekend before, but just pat him on the back and say it'll get better. Or if he's looking at the final score, just let him know. You can look at it all you want, and it can get
Stop.
Well, it's just going to be like when I dog walked you in Chicago. Now we're going to see the real life version in just a couple of weeks. But
my man Cody let's clarify this. He's flipped on you, Connie. Because we are convinced that Casio, when he set the game up, because he was supposed to be like the special guest referee, if you will. He was like, like they have on Fox, the guy in the booth, it's really the official, that Casio put in a cheat code for you. And when
he did not. I don't even know that exists.
Oh, it exists. Go ask Cody. He put a cheat code into the game. Therefore, I was like, the computer algorithm, I was destined, my flea flicker, Hail Mary would not work. And so you were a part of it, you're accessory to it, but Casio put in a cheat code. That's how you beat me. So Cody thinks that. I agree. And let's move on.
Well, just so you know, I'd be glad to whoop the whole family. If you want to line up Jaron, and you want to line up Karen, and you want to line up all those names that start with K or rhyme with Karen, I'll beat them all, and then I'll beat you. You can be the final boss or the preliminary boss. I'll pick them up and put them down as fast as I can. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson here to tell you a little more about what AdFreeShows.com is all about. Get early, ad-free access to more than a dozen of your favorite wrestling podcasts every single week, starting at just $9. That's less than 20 cents an episode each month. And yes, you can listen to them all directly through Apple Podcasts or your regular podcast apps. How easy is that? Ad-Free Shows also has thousands of hours worth of bonus content and docuseries like Title Chase, Eric Fires Back, Conversations with Conrad, and The Insiders. Plus new series like The Book with David Crockett, Monday Mailbags with Mike Chioda and Nick Patrick, and a whole lot more. And you want to talk about early? You can't get any earlier than listening to the shows live. You can be a part of the live studio audience as we record the podcast. Plus ride shotgun alongside your favorite childhood heroes for live watch-alongs, Q&As, and other interactive experiences every single month. Come on now, see for yourself what thousands of other wrestling fans from around the world have discovered, that AdFreeShows.com is the best value in wrestling. Check it out today, and hey, when you do, the first week is completely free. AdFreeShows.com.